Back on Good Morning SKN, real sweet potato and not the orange yam that some nations call sweet potato. That is what we will find this Sunday at Restaurants Week Sink It's Tasting Showcase. There will be many food and beverages for patrons to taste. Here to tell us what we can expect is the Minister of Tourism Events Planning Manager, Allister Williams. Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, Allister.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Why have a tasting showcase as part of Restaurant Week?
Well, it's very important for us to be able to, as we say in local parlance, whet the palate of patrons. And we are back after 2 years, as you know. We were down due to COVID, so we are back, and we are excited to be back out in a physical sense, because we tried it virtually, but it's never the same. And so we're happy to be back. So the Tasting Showcase is an opportunity for members of the public to get a sample of what one can expect during Restaurant Week. So we wanted them to get a little taste. So even if they didn't make up their mind, you know, this will be the opportunity for them to say, yes, I have to try, you know, whichever favorite eating place they prefer. So the showcase is a combination of food, drink, entertainment, good vibes, and some fun times. Nice. All in one place.
Nice.
All right, so talk about that place. Where will it take place?
Okay, so we are back at the Eco Park. As you know, the Eco Park is one of the facilities that fall under the Ministry of Tourism. And it's a fantastic place, a beautiful place. And so we thought blending nature, food and beverage, you know, and the glorious surroundings, I mean, it all lends itself to a really great afternoon out. And so, you know, we decided to go back there and to, you know, showcase what one can expect for Restaurant Week 2022.
Okay, and you speak to expectations. So what can we expect from this tasting? Okay,
so from the taste, we have over 15 establishments on display at the Eco Park on Sunday. So you'll have a sampling of some of the dishes produced from sweet potato. As you know, that is our theme ingredient this year. And some of the beverage providers to support, you know, because, you know, in our culture, food and drink goes together. So, you know, we have some of the, and it's all about pushing local produce and, you know, encouraging residents to buy local, eat local, and, you know, and to show them some of the offerings that are available locally. And at the same time, the versatility, for instance, for sweet potato, there's so much things you can do with sweet potato. So that is all part and parcel of what Restaurant Week is all about. So on Sunday, you know, you'll get an opportunity to taste some of these delicacies, as well as to, you know, experience some of the local folklore and some of the other entertainment that will be available.
So I have a follow-up question. You said the festival had a 2-year hiatus, right?
Yes.
How do you come up with the particular ingredients that you're going to use for the year? Okay.
Well, I must say, on this occasion, sweet potato have been out there for quite some time, because, I mean, it should have been since in 2019.
Okay.
But what we normally would do, and I must go back a little to say that when this whole initiative started several years ago, this is our 6th year.
Congratulations.
It was, thank you. It was an initiative between the Ministries of Tourism, both in St. Kitts and Nevis, and the Ministries of Agriculture, both St. Kitts and Nevis as well, and also the Hotel Association. And what we sought to do is to find ingredients, priority ingredients, especially as far as agriculture is concerned. And so, you know, over the years, we've had things like coconut and pumpkin and those kind of things. At one point, remember, we lost quite a number of our coconut trees to the weather, as well as certain
pesticides.
Right. So we was on they tried to replant as many as possible and whatnot. So that it was one of those food items that was on the threat. So, we felt that it was something that we ought to bring to the fore, and, people should start to replant and, bring back that one. Sweet potato is one of those local food items that have been around for years, and, it's a very filling item, especially for persons with diabetes and so on. Is a better alternative to the white potato and so on. So it's a versatile product that can be used for different things. So we try and survey, our partners in agriculture, in tourism, even some of the other local farmers, to see what is the product that, is maybe on the threat, or a product that we need to pay some attention to, and so on. So, and then we come up with, maybe 2 or 3 choices, and then we decide which one is the best one to use. And of course, because it must be a product that is plentiful in July, because we not only want the restaurants to use it to produce items, but we also want locals, residents, to also use it, and and make it a part of their diet. So it must be something that is plentiful, that is easily accessible. And so, like I said, since 2019, we should have used sweet potato. We didn't get that opportunity because of COVID. So it was an easy sell this time around. Yeah, to go with sweet potato. And it's a what better product to use. You can do so much with it.
Exactly.
I'm interesting to see that, because I'm not a lover of sweet potato except when it's in potato pudding. So the fact that you've chosen that, I think it's too sweet for me personally.
Oh, okay.
But
you don't like
just so that you can see.
Yeah. Well, there's some varieties that is less sweet. I mean, but you still have the hint of sweetness, but still not, some of them are real sweet, and especially when you do things like candied sweet potato, and so it really doubles the sugar content and so on. But, you could do so much things. You could do puffs, you could do fritters, some different things you can...
Don't give the restaurants any idea.
that you can use it with thing, but, and we are... a food-loving public, so I think there's so many. I think one can expect a lot of creative ideas when you come down to the tasting showcase come Sunday, and things that you would have never thought that you could do with sweet potato. I mean, nowadays you're seeing drinks and all coming out of some of these vegetables that you in your mind say, a drink, but the taste really pleasing and so on. So so you never know what surprises will be in store come Sunday. And just to say that before we go on is that we are sold out. It's unfortunate, but the event, we've been blessed to, like I said, this is our 6th year, and I must say over the years it has grown from strength to strength.
Nice.
So immediately as we put out the call and we tell people that, listen, we are back at the Eco Park this year, come there. Within a day, we sold 100 tickets, and now we are out completely.
Wow.
And people have been calling and saying that add a few more and so on, but we still have to be mindful that it's a cost to the exhibitors, the hotelier, the restaurateurs that we are, So it's a real cost, and at the same time you don't want to burden them, because some of them still have their regular operations going on, so they can't be in 2. We actually lost some of our establishments this year because of that, because they couldn't manage the 2 activity at the same time, and so we are mindful of that. And it is also a Sunday, so that is double time. So we're gonna stick to. Right now we are perhaps 200, 250. I think that's a nice little number. And we are still in COVID, so we are very mindful of that as well. So we want to make sure that we don't overwhelm the facility, and at the same time other things happen as a result of the event. So. We have taken all those things into consideration, so we're gonna just see the numbers, and hopefully next year, God's spare life, once we come out of the pandemic, in a much better,
bigger.
Yeah, we can always expand and make it even a bigger event. But I just want to say, though, that even though you may not get the opportunity to attend the St. Kitts Tasting Showcase, there's also a Nevis Tasting Showcase, which is next Saturday, because there's a St. Kitts Nevis initiative. Okay. And so a lot of activities that are on St. Kitts will be mirrored on Nevis and vice versa. So all is not lost. You still have an opportunity to, and it's a great little outing to go over to Nevis and experience their showcase. And it's at the Malcolm Gishard Park in your facility. So it's a fantastic facility. So it's an opportunity for you to get to see the facility and at the same time partake in the Nevis Tasting Showcase.
So what can you tell us about how the tasting fits into the objective of Restaurant Week in general?
Okay, well, like I said before, it's an opportunity for, well, the most important thing is the linkages, because we recognize as a Ministry of Tourism that there's so much that can be done as far as linkages with agriculture. And as a matter of fact, that's how the project started initially, because we thought there's so much possibilities that using produce, food items to expand tourism. And right now you have a trend whereby quite a number of persons are traveling because of food tourism, culinary tourism. They're into food, a lot of foodies. So it's an opportunity to expand tourism, but you can't do it without agriculture. Yes. So you need the producers of the various food items, and of course you can't forget your agro-processors and so on, who do some of the byproducts and so on. So at the Tasting Showcase, it gives the farmers an opportunity to link with the service providers, the food, whether they are restaurateurs or food establishments and so on. And at the same time, also to link with even members of the public, because it's all about developing those linkages and sustaining it over time. And so that is what the showcase is all about, and that's on the food side, but also on the beverage side, because then there's quite a number of producers of local products from local products being used to make different types of beverages and so on. So this is also an opportunity for those in the restaurant business and the food and beverage business to get to know some of these producers and to develop that relationship. So all of that will be happening at the Eco Park on Sunday. And of course, we have our artisans who we also try to pull along every time we do the activity, because it's all part and parcel about sustaining the industry and about, helping to develop, all of these subsectors. So, and of course, when it comes to tourism and culture walk hand in hand. So, we also have our folklore, and I have always say it's our greatest export. So, we try to bring everything together. And of course, at the Eco Park on Sunday, one would see we are also pushing our Plastic Be Gone campaign, because everything, all of our projects reinforce the messages that we are trying to put out there. So right now, it is Restaurant Week within the Plastic Be Gone campaign period. And so, the two projects are working together. Okay. Because the message, we want people to understand that, we have to be able to sustain the industry. And so one of the best ways to do it is to be kind to the environment and your surroundings and so on. So we are pushing the two at the same time. So you'll see that most of our exhibitors, most of our establishments on Sunday, we'll be using alternative utensils to what we are accustomed to, the styrofoam and the plastics and so on. And so we want to show people that there's alternatives just as good, and some even better. So we want to push that agenda as well. So you'll be seeing a lot of that as well on Sunday. And as Restaurant Week go,
what else will be happening as Restaurant Week continues?
The thing with Restaurant Week is that we built into the whole, and even though we say a week, it's technically not a week, but it sounds better from a marketing perspective. It actually runs for, I think, about 10 days or more. Oh, nice. But within the whole framework, there are several experiences that one can partake in. Like, for instance, the tasting showcase is one of the restaurant week experiences. So it's not just about dining out and at your favorite restaurant. It's also about, you know, partaking in some of these experiences. There's a dinner at, I think it's Serendipity, and the proceeds will be going to a charity.
Okay.
You know, so that is something there. There's a sip and paint initiative, and several other initiatives. We'll encourage persons to go to our website, restaurantweek.kn, and they'll see not only menus from participating restaurants, but also some of the offerings during Restaurant Week. And we bring the curtain down with a celebration at the park, at Park Hyatt, which is a similar tasting event.
Okay.
They're featuring five restaurants. I think 3 from the Park Hyatt and 2 from, you know, by invitation from outside.
Okay.
And so it's a nice event to bring the curtain down on Restaurant Week. So that will be at the Park Hyatt.
Okay.
And all of this information is available on our website. And just to remind persons that Restaurant Week actually runs from the 14th to the 24th. So the tasting showcase on Sunday, which is the 10th, is the kickoff event. And, you know, thereafter, you know, you can just check the website and you'll see what offerings during each week and, you know, the menu items for each restaurant, so that, you know, you can decide which ones you want to visit. Okay. What I would say, though, is that please make sure you reserve your space, because you may not be able to just walk in at some of them because they may be sold out. So it's advisable that you reserve your space and make sure that you can get into your favorite restaurant and, you know, have dinner, lunch, whatever it is.
Nice.
Yeah. And don't be afraid, those in St. Kitts to go over to Nevis and those in Nevis to come over to St. Kitts, because, you know, yes, and you have some great experiences, because it may not be on St. Kitts, but you might be able to get it on Nevis and vice versa. So, you know, so don't limit yourself. Just, you know, be open-minded and, you know, try, you know, all the different restaurants as possible.